Housing costs are too high. Grocery costs are too high. Childcare costs are too high.
It is too expensive. It's too bad for the Democrats that somebody hadn't come out 5 months ago.
Insurance costs are too high. Utility costs are too high. America is too expensive.
It's always a great day when Democrats have to admit that they're wrong. So yesterday, Mike Johnson was voted to become Speaker of the House. All good, no issues there. Democrats were banking on a big crisis. But the Democrat Speaker Hakeem Jeffries, or Walmart Barack Obama, got a chance to address Congress. And in his speech, he destroys Joe Biden for making America way too expensive and leaving the border open. And CNN responds by saying, "Where was this kind of rhetoric during the election?" So let's hear Walmart Barack Obama admit defeat to his colleagues. Watch.
For far too long in this country, the cost of living has gone up, but the size of the middle class has come down. Housing costs are too high. Grocery costs are too high. Childcare costs are too high. Insurance costs are too high. Utility costs are too high. America is too expensive. We need to build an affordable economy for hard-working American taxpayers, and we need to build it now.
Wow, I thought Biden's economy was the greatest economy ever. I thought everything was doing so well. The numbers were the experts said it was so good. I mean, that's what every Democrat was saying during the election, was that we were the crazy delusional ones for saying that everything is so expensive. Now listen to CNN react to that and expose the Democrats for being a bunch of grifters and liars. Watch.
Here's what I've missed from the 2024 campaign is and I was on this set talking about affordability, and Democrats saying everything's great. Inflation's down, unemployment's down. And I'm saying, no, affordability is the issue. Oh, wages are up. Like, there was a huge disconnect with the Democratic Party and what actually ailed America at that time. And that was America just became unaffordable, whether it was milk, whether it was rent, whether it was insurance, and it became an affordability issue. And the Democrats, because they had to prop up Biden and his horrible economy and the policies that led to a horrible economy, sort of put their head in the sand and didn't talk about the prevailing issue, was America during Biden became unaffordable. Hakeem Jeffries is finally there. I think, 12 days or 10 days before President Trump gets elected, little too late, but it's always going to be their policies that are going to continue to make America America unaffordable, because they didn't do anything to say everything was wrong this last time. They said everything was great, and it wasn't great.
I think that is totally a reason why so many people voted for Trump. I think a lot of Democrat voters gave the Democrats tons of opportunity, so much leeway to try to convince them that they were going to make life better for them and that they didn't have to vote for Trump. But when you get Kamala saying things like she would do nothing differently, when you get every Democrat saying things like, well, look at the numbers, everything's great, the economy's doing great, people had absolutely no confidence in Democrat leadership that they were going to fix the problems that they were so concerned about. I bet so many Democrats were sitting there like, damn, I really got to vote for Donald Trump because the Democrats are just so out of touch. Now watch the host of the panel literally pull up the receipts of Walmart Barack Obama from a year prior talking to Congress and saying the complete opposite of where he's at now. And it's like, damn, that's kind of a stark difference in what you're talking about.
It is too expensive. It's too bad for the Democrats that somebody hadn't come out and expressed it that vocally and that succinctly 5 months ago.
Well, I mean, before I let you in, Mondaire, let me just to Gail's point, actually, play Hakeem Jeffries from just a year ago on the same occasion, essentially, and this is what his message was then.
House Democrats will always put American values over autocracy, benevolence over bigotry, the Constitution over the cult, democracy over demagogues, maturity over Mar-a-Lago.
You don't need a political science degree to see what he's doing there differently. He didn't mention democracy but once. In that section that we played earlier today, that message is really to the wayside. It's all about the economy.
The reason people have this elitist connotation towards Democrats is not just because culturally they were out of touch with defund the police while they all had their private security. It was because economically they were out of touch. People are saying, if this increased in costs is not a big problem to you, but it is to me and everybody that I know, we're just living in two separate worlds. And people were like, can you focus on real issues like how are we going to feed our families? How are we going to afford rent? Now let's listen to the speaker talk about immigration and how, wow, you won't believe this. It's a problem. The border can't be open. It needs to be fixed. Again, where was this energy the entire last 4 years? Watch.
And we will work with anyone of any party to get that done. We will work with anyone to secure our borders, and we will work with anyone to fix our broken immigration system in a comprehensive and bipartisan manner. At the same period of time, we will push back against far-right extremism whenever necessary.
See, he had to throw that little bit at the end there because the Democrats have put themselves between a rock and a hard place, which is the American people have told them explicitly, we are not in favor of illegal immigration. So they have to juggle with respecting the will of the people and also not going against their extremely woke base, which they made their focal point, who are all in favor of illegal immigration. So we had to basically say we're willing to work on illegal immigration, but not in a far right-wing way, which we all know means we just don't want the border open. So if they're not willing to do that, so how much are they really willing to help solve this problem for the American people? So CNN calls them out on this too. They're like, don't say you're ready to work on immigration if what you mean is give us open borders or we're not going to work with you. Watch.
Like, look, you're not going to deport 20 million people. Okay, Donald Trump thinks he's going to. You're not going to. So what do you do with that? You have this, let's look at people as capital. This capital that's underutilized right here, that it would be nice if they could enter the work system and pay taxes. So you can put them at the back of the line for legal status and citizenship way down the road. That's not amnesty is saying everybody here is now a U.S. citizen, we're good to go. But the problem is, and I'm agreeing with Brian here, the nuances are hard to explain, and it seems like amnesty, and they're going to have to do a better job of explaining
it. Sounds to me what Brian is saying, Brian, I mean, you tell me, Republicans are not interested in actually fixing the immigration system.
No, they're 100% interested in fixing the immigration system, but in a conservative way. They want to secure the border. They want to make sure that, you know, the people that are coming here, whatever the H-1B visa discussion is that we're having people that are contributing to our economy. It's no longer sort of the Bush policy or the Reagan policy of family unification. It's now the policy of meritocracy. What are you bringing into the country?
But what about the 11 million?
See, the problem that they're doing is saying, oh, well, there's already so many illegals here. We already let the door open. They're already here. So are we really going to deport them, or should we just give them a pathway to citizenship? They don't understand that the American people's mandate wasn't just to close the border. It was to do something about all the people that got in. We're not going to reward bad behavior. That isn't fair to other immigrants who are trying to come the right way. And it's not fair to the American people that they just have to accept a giant influx of people into their country because of Democrat bad policy. The Democrats want to give these people citizenship because they think that it's going to translate into votes for them. That's it. The whole thing was coordinated. They were literally flying people to specific states and specific cities in order to bolster the Democrat voting presence there. Now, Congressman Byron Donalds, an absolute beast, had some words for Hakeem Jeffries after he said they're willing to work on immigration, but only if the Democrats can get what they want. Watch.
We also heard from leader Hakeem Jeffries, though, too, who said that Democrats are willing to work across the aisle. Is that going to be possible in this Congress?
That's up to the Democrats. The American people soundly reject open borders. They soundly reject selling off pieces of border wall. They soundly reject allowing millions and millions of people to enter our country through apps and across our southern border. And the American people spoke loudly this November. If the Democrats want to work on serious border security, they will have partners with Republicans on Capitol Hill. If they just want to talk about it and not be about it, well, then they're probably just going to vote no, but we're going to get the job done anyway.
Now, I'm no political strategist, but it seems to me like it would be good strategy for the Democrats to work with the Republicans and give them what they want. Either one, they help them and the Republicans do well, and then the Democrats can claim glory in that win. Or two, they give the Republicans what they want and the Republicans fail, and the Democrats can point at them and say, hey, it was a Republican-ran White House, Senate, and Congress. They did everything they wanted, and look at the results. So either way, giving Trump what he wants seems to me at least like it'd be in the best favor of the Democrats. But I'll have a video on that later today because as it turns out, the Democrats are really infighting with each other about what strategy that they ought to implement when it comes to dealing with Trump. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Turn on those notification bells so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.